Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's Dhikr. Hope everybody is well, wherever you're tuning in from. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, well, it should be okay. Just looks a bit different today, the video. I think it's a bit low def on Facebook, but hope it's good enough for you to tune in. Okay, Ya Madad, Ya Allah, Ya Rasulullah, Ya Mawlana. We live in very challenging times at the moment, and it's a test on all of us. So there's a new vaccine which has come out, which is actually being delivered. I know people have their concerns about this, but let's hope it is good and it works to the best. And let's hope beyond that we are going to be out of this COVID period in the next few months. I don't want to focus too much on COVID because I've done other videos on COVID before. I have been asked about the vaccine, so I think I'll answer that. My views on this are quite similar to the views of my Sheikh Mohammed Adil. Sheikh Mohammed Adil has advised people to wait if they can, not to rush, but also don't be anti-vax. Don't be against vaccination. But at the same time, to wait, take that kind of middle ground approach. And if the medicine, as he put it, the vaccine, works and doesn't have too many side effects, then alhamdulillah, this is a good thing. But he did advise not to rush, simply because vaccines normally take 5 or 6 years to be tested. This one, it's been tested in a much shorter period of time. The pharmaceutical companies that have developed these vaccines have assured us that they have given it the same amount of rigorous testing in a shorter period of time. Allah knows best. Inshallah, we hope that's true, but Allah knows best. So Sheikh's advice is to wait if you can. Don't rush to take it. But if you want to take it, that's your right. So this is the Sheikh's advice, and on this I was thinking already on very similar lines to what Sheikh Mohammed Adil has said. So my advice would be the same. If you don't have to rush to have a vaccine, then delay it. See what the news is. But don't be against vaccination either, because irrespective of what I know, I've read some posts on the internet which say that vaccinations are harmful and all this stuff. The reality is we've been taking vaccines for nearly a century. And vaccinations have managed to reduce the likelihood of getting ill from some very serious diseases. If those vaccinations hadn't been given out, then we'd all be dying of smallpox now, or measles, mumps, rubella, polio, a number of different illnesses, which thankfully, thanks to vaccinations, are not common anymore. Not all vaccinations are the same. This particular Pfizer vaccine and the other one, not the AstraZeneca one, I think it's the Moderna one. Those two are made with mRNA, which is a new technology. Any concerns should just be around the fact that this is a new technology. We don't know if there are any side effects into the long term of using that new technology, but they shouldn't be just about vaccines in general. This is when we get into the realm of conspiracy theories and unfounded accusations. And as Muslims, we base our decisions on evidence. And there is no evidence, or not significant enough evidence, for these unfounded accusations that have been made against vaccines in the general sense. There was even a type of vaccine that was developed by the Ottomans, someone told me the other day. It would have been slightly different to the ones we use now, but the same principle was applied by them. I can't tell you more because this is what a friend told me. But the principle itself does work. But we don't know regarding this mRNA because it is a new technology. And with time we will find out if there are any consequences, from that. So the sensible approach is not to rush into that. If you want to take a coronavirus vaccination which doesn't include that, well, the AstraZeneca vaccine that's been developed by Oxford is a traditional vaccine. So that is an option that's there, and hopefully that will be approved soon, and that will be available. So if people don't want to take the Pfizer vaccine, there is an option available that is a conventional vaccine, which doesn't include this mRNA. But Maulana's advice is not to rush, and at the same time don't be against it, because medicine, as Muslims, we use medicine. The Prophet Muhammad used medicine. We're not against medicine, and we're not for unfounded conspiracy theories either. The Quran itself speaks strongly against passing on information which you do not know. If you're unsure about something, to check the veracity of it, to check if it's true or not, in other words. The Quran says this clearly. So if we're not sure about something, then check it from qualified sources. And those qualified sources are not other conspiracy videos or conspiracy articles, but things which are credible sources of information. And I'm not saying don't be skeptical. We should always be skeptical. And people that say that people shouldn't be skeptical, well, that's cause for concern as well. People should use their minds, they should think carefully and not rush into anything. But at the same time, we are in a situation where a virus has gone around the world and it has caused an awful lot of deaths. A significant number of deaths of people that, from what we know, wouldn't have died otherwise. And they're not all old people, even though the virus does affect older and vulnerable people more than other people. So it is, I think, very important and advisable during these times to maintain balance and not to jump to crazy conclusions one way or another. And not to accept everything either. I mean, I think this is sensible, So people that are advising caution, they are sensible, they are right. But at the same time, don't go to then the other extreme just because of something you've read which you don't know is true or not. I saw a post the other day where someone posted a picture of some child that apparently died after taking a vaccine, when that was apparently a picture of a child who died of meningitis. We have to check the information that people present to us, whoever those people are, and not just accept everything. This is prudent, this is sensible. But at the same time, don't then just jump to the other side and presume everything someone's telling you is wrong, or presume everything someone's telling you is right. I mean, I've seen people who they've started watching a particular channel, And then because that channel disagreed with the other channel information that they were listening to previously, they then suddenly accept everything that that channel is saying. Well, doesn't that channel have the same ability to make mistakes even as the other channel of information? And this comes down to choices. We all make choices then on what we are going to believe and what we're going to accept. Well, the Quran tells us on this sort of situation to go with what is most reliable. If you don't know something, to go and ask people who know, people who have knowledge. This is the original meaning of ulama. Ulama doesn't just mean people who are religious scholars who know about the religion. A person who is an alim is someone who possesses knowledge. According to this, just the word itself, alim, it means someone who possesses knowledge. So if we don't know about something, we should go and seek counsel with people who actually know about what we don't know. Or read their work, read their articles, listen to their lectures, until we are at a state where we understand more that subject that previously we didn't know. But the only way we can benefit in that way is if we go and ask people who know. We're not going to benefit in that way if we go and ask people who claim to know but actually have no qualifications, have done no research, and don't know what they are talking about. A lot of these things are also emotional as well. If a person can explain themselves rationally, without getting over angry, without getting over upset or emotional, and they can explain what they're talking about in a calm and collected manner, and make references to various, in this case it would be journals, medical journals, or pieces of research, or articles that are credible sources, and can reference that, then we know that they probably know what they're talking about, or have at least some knowledge on that subject. But if a person is just saying, they're all trying to kill us, they're giving us this vaccine, it's going to murder us all, then this is emotional. And people tend to respond quite strongly to emotion. It doesn't matter whether it's about this vaccine or about some other subject. If people are very emotional when they're explaining something to you and triggering your emotions, then what they are conveying to you is emotions. They're not conveying knowledge or information to you. They're not conveying wisdom to you either, because they are just getting angry and upset. So this is an important thing to look out for, regardless whatever the subject is, or regardless whatever they are discussing, is to actually look at the approach of the person who's discussing it, and to see, is that person discussing from a perspective of knowledge, of what they understand, or is that person just being emotional? If that person is being emotional, then they are most likely emotionally manipulating you. In some cases that may be deliberate, in other cases it's just who they are. And they might not deliberately be trying to manipulate you in a sinister way, but they are still going to be emotionally manipulating you, because they are very emotional. Now, when we really want to understand anything, we don't look for people who are over-emotional, but for people who are balanced, people who can explain things calmly, or read articles that are well written and can explain things point by point, what the matter is that they are explaining, in a balanced way, in a way that makes sense, and not in an emotional way. All the time we get appealed to by people who are either preachers, or people who are conspiracy theorists, or people, in what do you call them, like commercials and advertisements and things like this, where they're very emotional, they're triggering emotions, they're not talking to you in a way which is trying to get you to understand and buy into their actual ideas, or buy into the fact that that product really is a good product and worth buying because it can prove itself on its merits. But they are people that are just getting emotional about it, and either being very happy or very angry or very upset, and not really conveying to you any useful information. So really always look out for this. And like I said, it really doesn't matter what the subject is. This is something we see all the time. Over the years, I've seen a lot of preachers of various religions who are very emotional. They are not people who are referencing scripture. They are not even people who are referencing principles in scripture. They are people who are just getting emotional and waving the Bible about, or waving the Quran about, or preaching their religion is superior to everybody else's religion, so that the people who follow them will feel, I am following the superior religion, I am following the better religion. And they will feel good because they are in the in club, rather than the people who are following the discounted religion. Is this really sensible? Does this really teach us anything? The Quran tells us that truth stands out clear from falsehood. Truth stands out clear. Why? Because when something is true, people will acknowledge it. It doesn't need someone to get over emotional in order to sell you the truth. If someone's getting over emotional, they are trying to manipulate you. And so you question what they are trying to teach you and how true that can possibly be. Just a minute. Not only emotion either. Another thing we tend to see is with false advertising and with all manner of charlatans, you see people with gimmicks. And they use that gimmick to distract you. One of them that is quite common in the US with evangelical preachers is healing. They lay on the hands and the person gets better. Instantly, like magic. Now, if you look on at this, and this is a show. Now, I suppose when it comes to any kind of religious service performed in a house of worship, there is an element of show to it. There is an element of showmanship or presentation, because you are actually giving a presentation to the audience. But there is a difference between a minister who is well-dressed, presents himself well, presents his arguments well, and speaks in a way which is clear and fluent, explaining their points, giving their advice in a way which makes sense, in a way which is balanced, in a way which is not overly judgmental or making people feel triggered. And on the other hand, you've got people who are very overexcited and laying their hands on people, or in some cases, there's if you look at Benny Hinn, for instance, he used to swing his jacket around on stage and hit people with his jacket, and they'd fall down, and supposedly they would have been healed. I mean, in reality, these people are actors. They are actors. They go up to the stage and pretend which they are suffering from something. And then afterwards, they get hit by something and they get healed. And if they're possessed by demons, then they get healed and the demons leave and they're fine. If they are disabled, then they magically get up and can walk. Well, they could walk beforehand. If a person really can't walk, do you think he's going to just suddenly start walking on stage because he gets hit by some preacher's jacket? I mean, there's having faith and, having an open mind, and there's letting your mind fall out. I'm not saying miracles don't happen, but you don't normally see miracles happen on stage with a showman hitting people with a jacket. If miracles happen, they often happen in more subtle ways. And they just simply unexplained things that you can't explain how they happened. But no one is standing there saying, see, afterwards, I'm a performer of miracles, I'm a healer, I'm a magic person. No, this is what magicians do. You know, these famous magicians, like, what's his name, Dynamo or something, you know, he can knock coins into glasses and stuff. And, you know, some people have shown me these videos, and they say, oh, is he working with jinn? They're tricks. There are various ways that people can do that. There's a little hidden hole that's in the bottle or something. There are various ways, and they perform magic tricks. It doesn't mean that it needs any extra explanation, because I mean, you can even look up on YouTube how these magic tricks work, and you'll find videos that will show you some of the secrets of magicians. It's like in places like India and Pakistan and countries like this, you tend to have the people who can levitate, the yogis, and some of them claim to be Sufis as well, who can levitate. And you also see them in London, although usually they're not dressed up as yogis and levitators, but they're just street performers. And there's a piece of iron in their trouser leg, which is holding them up. And there's a seat underneath their trousers, inside their trousers, it's underneath them. So they will actually have the trousers over what they're doing, or if not trousers, like a cloak or something. And they're actually sitting down quite comfortably, but they're pretending they're levitating because you can't see the metal, because it runs down their trouser leg or runs inside their gown. And they're not really levitating. There's all manner of different tricks like this that have been performed. That's a very old one. That's still performed by street performers now, but this was performed by Hindu yogis, goodness knows how many centuries ago, but you find records of it a long time ago. They're not flying. They're just sitting down. But you see how we can be tricked. And a lot of people, you know, it's like in the X-Files, there's that poster and it says, I want to believe. There's a lot of people who want to believe in these magical things. And so that they believe anything. And there's a danger within that. There are miracles, but they don't work like this. And miracles are things which usually they happen on a more subtle level. They're things which you can't quite explain, or things which happen which were not planned. But Allah has arranged things in a way that they turn out in a way that no one expects. That's a miracle. But it doesn't happen like this. The people who perform these tricks, they're deceiving people. And it's quite sad when we see these things in places of worship, places where God's name is supposed to be remembered. Whether those people are Muslims or Christians or whichever religion they happen to follow, but places of worship they're sacred. They're places where God's name should be remembered. They are places which should be above this kind of trickery. So these are things to be careful of, because people get tricked in all manner of different ways. And the way of Islam is a way of truth. It's not... That's my daughter Elizabeth. the way... I lost my track, I'm sorry. Islam places great emphasis on the truth, on what we call haqq. Allah is haqq, Allah is truth. So that means also Allah is with the truth. When you see expressions of truth in this reality, in this world, Allah is with that. Allah is not with falsehood. Falsehood is what people use to deceive themselves. Falsehood is a distraction from the truth. There are things in the spiritual paths which are miraculous. There are things which are wondrous. There are things which are hard to explain. But that doesn't mean we should be looking for that. That's not our aim, that's not our goal. Even if you look for miracles and you get miracles, will you be satisfied? In the time of Prophet Moses, peace and blessings be upon him, he performed many miracles. He put his stick on a rock and hit it, and water come out of this rock. He held his stick over the Red Sea and lifted it, and the sea split. Moses gave his people great miracles. And yet, when they were wandering in the desert, what did they ask? Oh Moses, where are the onions? Where is the garlic? The things which they had in Egypt. They saw great miracles, tremendous miracles. A pillar of fire coming down in the middle of the desert, guiding them. And then afterwards blocking the Egyptian armies from attacking them. Imagine if you saw these miracles today. Yet, even though they saw these great miracles, when they were wandering in the desert, they asked Moses, where are the onions? We want onions. We want the foods we used to enjoy in Egypt. Onions? Oh, I like onions, but onions? It's remarkable when you think about it. They were given a direct evidence of Allah in their lives. Direct evidence. Direct experience of this. Seeing wondrous things. Being physically protected from an Egyptian army through a pillar of fire and through a sea drowning the Pharaoh's men. And yet after this, they made a golden calf. And they started asking for onions. They were given food from the sky, manna. Food from the sky. They just collected, and was beautiful food they could eat. And yet they were asking for onions. Now I ask you, really today, have people really changed? Since the time of the people of Moses, 5,000 years ago. Today we still ask for onions. And I don't mean onions literally, but we on the one hand, people want miracles, they want amazing things. On the one hand, people want spirituality. And on the other hand, we want the simple dunya things. We want stuff that is base, really. And not, if you lust after these things, it's not really any beneficial to us. So we have to think about this, surely. I mean, I marvel when I read the story of Moses. And like you are underwater in that cup. Moses, peace and blessings upon him, isn't the only prophet that we read about where they had miraculous things happen to them. And then their people afterwards, after witnessing these great things, they turned away from it. And why? Because although they witnessed certain things which were only possible through the power of Allah, afterwards they could move away. How could this be unless really the belief hadn't really taken root in their hearts? This is why in all of the tariqat tradition within Islam, the Sufi tradition, they teach and encourage us to cultivate that iman in our heart. And not just in a way of following rules and regulations. Some people, they present Islam in a way where it's like very rules and regulations and ritual based. But actually feeling a connection with Allah in our heart. Feeling the power and blessing of Allah in everything that we do every day. I was just talking about miracles. Is the sun not a miracle? The sun is a massive nuclear explosion that's happening in the sky. There is actually billions of nuclear explosions which are happening on a ball, on a planet, it's not a planet, on a celestial body. Hello, Elizabeth. Can you? A massive ball of celestial explosions that is many millions of times larger than the Earth, but so far away from us that it looks small and no bigger than the moon. Is this not a miracle? Without this, we would not have light, we would not have food, we would not have life. It's an incredible miracle. In China, they just recently turned on a brand new power plant, a nuclear fusion power plant, which is based on the principle of how the sun is powered, to try to make electricity through the same methods for our human benefit. And also, there's one in the UK. The number of different. Do you want ice cream, Elizabeth?
Yeah.
Go to mommy. Mommy give you ice cream. If you leave us alone, okay?
Leave Daddy alone, then you'll get ice cream. Go.
All these celestial, I mean, what was I saying? Without the sun, we would not have light, or we would not have power. Although the nuclear power station that they're building in the UK as well, which is a nuclear fusion power plant designed to try to take advantage of the same method of making power as the sun. Incredibly difficult. They've not had much success with this yet. They're trying to scale up the reactor, they're trying to make them bigger, they're trying to find various different ways of doing this so that they can actually produce power in a clean way using the same principle as the sun. And they're finding it difficult. This is challenging the nuclear scientists on this earth and testing human technologies to their limits, because these particular fusion plants have to be millions of degrees Celsius in order to be able to be effective, to be able to perform the reactions. And at present they use more power than they generate. And yet the sun gives out way more power than it uses. So, but these ones, they're using way more power than what they generate. Isn't that a miracle? How did that happen naturally? Then there's so many miracles that we witness every day. If you want miracles, just study science. Study how things work. Study life. Study this earth. You will see plenty of miracles in nature. And when you look out into space, even more miracles. But they're not the same as these tricks that are played by charlatans.
They aren't selling the code right. No, I hope they do add it, but they add it isn't likely to be recorded.
I hope this has given you something to reflect upon. Don't fall for these things. Islam is no religion, if it's a genuine religion, is calling you to switch off your brains and just accept everything that what some preacher is saying. How can this be true? This is like what it says in the Quran, where people take their priests and their rabbis as gods over them, because they are accepting things which don't make sense just because a priest or a rabbi has said it. Do we see that now with these evangelicals? We see it even with some Muslim preachers. So just be on guard. The actual way is quite simple. and straightforward and balanced. I think with that said, I'll start the dhikr. Bismillah.
I want to be a sailor friend. I want to be a sailor
We
friend.
check intentions.
Okay, Sophia, you can sit here.
نويت الأبي نويت الأستا نويت الخوى نويت الاعتكاف نويت السلوك نويت الرياضة لله تعالى في هذا جميع. And we begin with the kalama shahada, the declaration of faith within Islam. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. We seek Allah's forgiveness with the recitation of Astaghfirullah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Astaghfirullah, 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 astaghfirullah. أستغفر الذي الذي لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم وأتوب إليه إنه هو التواب الرحيم يا مسبب الأسباب يا مفاتيح الأبواب يا مقلب القلوب والأبصار يا دلائل المتغيرين يا غاية المستحيين يا حي يا قيوم يا ذو الجلال والإكرام وأفوض أمري إلا إن الله بصير بالعباد ربي تسليفا. Direct your heart to the heart of your Sheikh, spiritual teacher. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. صلوات الشريفة. Blessings upon the Prophet Muhammad and his noble family. Peace and blessings be upon them. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم. 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 اللهم صل على محمد وعلى Ali Muhammad wa sallim Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Ali Muhammad wa sallim Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Ali Muhammad wa sallim Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Ali Muhammad wa sallim Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Ali Muhammad wa sallim Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Ali Muhammad wa sallim Allahumma salli ala Muhammad وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد 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 وعلى آل محمد وسلم صل ربي وسلم على جميع المسلمين والكل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي عنك وذرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله Salawatu Sharifa. Blessings on the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu and his family. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala Ali Muhammadin wa sallim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي هديتني من الملك ولمتني من تواليها حديث فاتر السماوات والأرض أنت ولي في الدنيا والآخرة توفاني مسلما والإقني بالصالحين أمان بالله صدق الله العظيم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين إلا الشرف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله وأصحابه الكرام وإلى الله أنبيائه والمرسلين وقدماء الشرعين وإلى إمات أبوا وإلى مشيخنا في تاريخ نقشبندية آريا كستان إلى آلي وجغان الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين The remembrance of there is no God but God. In Arabic, La ilaha illallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. La ilaha illallah, 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 Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Qul huwa la quwwata illa billahi al-aliyyil azim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. What time is it here? Oh, it's 7:45. 7:45 in the evening. Isha time. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salamun qawlun min Rabbir Rahim. 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 Salamun qawlun min Salamun qawlun min Rabbir Rahim. 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 Salamun kulun 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 min Rabbir Rahim. Bismillah. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Hulu la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nur-i Muhammed salli ala. 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 Allah, Nur-i Muhammed salli ala. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. La quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now we focus. إلا السراف النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلي وأصحاب الكرام وإلى وعيسى وسرتين والصديقيون الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم استعين صراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. The remembrance of Allah. Bismillah. Allah, 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 Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حق 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 حسب الله ونعم الوكيل ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم هاي 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 حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله الله حق 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 الله 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 يا قيوم 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 حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. Calling on the beautiful names of Allah. Bismillah. Yahu Yahu Ya Daim. Yahu Yahu Ya Daim. Yahu Yahu Ya Daim. Allah Yahu Ya Daim. Ya Daim, Ya Daim, Ya Daim, Ya Allah. Ya Daim, Ya Daim, Ya Daim, Ya Allah. Ya Halim, Ya Halim, Ya Halim, Ya Allah. Ya Halim, Ya Halim, Ya Halim, Ya Allah, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Allah, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Hafiz, Ya Allah, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Allah, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Latif, Ya Allah, Ya Ghafar, Ya Ghafur, Ya Ghafar, Ya Ghafur, Ya Ghafar, Ya Ghafur, Ya Ghafar, Ya Ghafur, Ya Sattar, Ya Fatah, Ya Sattar, Ya Fatah, Ya Sattar, Ya Fatah, Ya Sattar, Ya Fatah, Ya Mujib, Ya Mujib, Ya Mujib, Ya Allah, Ya Mujib, Ya Mujib, Ya Mujib, Ya Allah, Ya Mu'in, Ya Mu'in, Ya Mu'in, Ya Allah, Ya Mu'in, Ya Mu'in, Ya Mu'in, Ya Allah, Ya Mughith, Ya Mughith, Ya Mughith, Ya Allah, Ya Mughith, Ya Mughith, Ya Mughith, Ya Allah, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Allah, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Wadud, Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, Ya Rahim, Ya Karim, Ya Rahim, Ya Karim, Ya Rahim, Ya Karim, Ya Rahim, Ya Karim, Ya Hanan, Ya Manan, Ya Hanan, Ya Manan, Ya Hanan, Ya Manan, Ya Hanan, Ya Manan, Ya Dayyan, Ya Subhan, Ya Dayyan, Ya Subhan, Ya Dayyan, Ya Subhan, Ya Dayyan, Ya Subhan, Ya Subhan, Ya Sultan, Ya Subhan, Ya Sultan, Ya Subhan, Ya Sultan, Ya Subhan, Ya Sultan, Ya Sultan, Ya Sultan, Ya Sultan, Ya Allah, Ya Sultan, Ya Sultan, Ya Sultan, Ya Allah, Ya Aman, Ya Aman, Ya Aman, Ya Allah, Ya Aman, Ya Aman, Ya Aman, Ya Allah, 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 Ya Allah. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel wa la quwwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. Salawatu Sharifa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم 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 صلي الرب والسلام على جميع أنبياء ومرسلين وعلى كل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. على أشرف الأنبياء سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أفضل الأنبياء سيدنا محمد الصلوات على أكمل الأنبياء سيدنا محمد الصلوات.
Let me leave it there. Just 5 minutes to come off. 5 minutes to come off, okay? Just 5 minutes to come off.
صلوات الله وملائكته وأنبيائه ورسوله وجميع كوكه على محمد وعلى آل محمد عليه وعليهم السلام والرحمة الله وبركاته وبري الله تبارك وتعالى أن تدينا شعبي ورسول الله أجمعين وأن يتبعنا بهم بإحسان وأن يمشتدين يوم الدين وأن يولم المتقين وأن يولي آي الصالحين وأما الشيكين في تاريخ نقشبندية آلية قد سلوى تراهم الزاكية ونولا ترى أدراته مباركة ودالله تعالى دين من بركاتهم وفيوداتهم دائما والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وسلم. Ya Allah, shower your blessings upon the soul of your beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his noble family, and all of the previous prophets and their noble families. May your peace and blessings be upon them all. O Allah, shower your blessings upon them and bless their souls for all eternity. And bless their souls. Ya Allah, shower your blessings upon the Ahlul Bayt, especially Imams Ali, Hassan, Hussein, Zainul Abidin, Jafar Sadiq, but all of the Ahlul Bayt, also on the Sahaba Ikram, the Caliph Rashidin, the ulama, the awliya, and especially upon my sheikhs, Sufi Abdullah and Maulana Sheikh Nazim. Ya Allah, raise their stations in your divine presence and bless their souls for all eternity. O Allah, shower your blessings upon Sunan Gunung Jati, the other Wali Songo, Sheikh Yusuf, and Kiai Adang Badruddin, and bless their souls for all eternity. O Allah, shower your blessings upon my beloved father and raise his soul in your divine presence and bless his soul for all eternity. O Allah, shower your blessings upon my mother, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law. Grant them to always be under your divine protection and blessing. Forgiveness for any shortcomings and mistakes up until this point in life. And Ya Allah, grant them good health and well-being, the best mental, physical and spiritual health. Look after them as they looked after us as children. And grant them the best of this life and the best of the hereafter. O Allah, shower your blessings upon my brother and my sister, my brothers and sisters-in-law, and all of my nieces and nephews. Grant them to always be under your divine protection and blessing. Grant them the best of this life and the best of the hereafter. Grant them to always be in good physical, mental and spiritual health. Grant them success in every good thing which they set their hearts and minds to. Grant that they may be under your divine guidance, blessings and support. Ya Allah, shower your blessings upon my beloved wife and our children, Sophia, Athena and Elizabeth. Forgive us for any shortcomings and grant us to be always under your divine support and guidance. Grant us that we may have the resources to be able to look after and take care of our family and our responsibilities to you, to our community, Ya Allah, to humanity. Thank you for all your many blessings, and forgive us for not thanking you enough. O Allah, shower blessings and forgiveness upon our family, and grant that my children may never stray too far from the path and always return back to it. Ya Allah, bless our family. Grant us to always be in good physical, mental and spiritual health. O Allah, shower your blessings upon my friends, especially those friends who have been with me through difficult times. Especially Sheikh Robin and Anisha and their families. Rafiq and his family. Nasa and his family. Dr. Kashid and his family. Devinda and his family. Anu Gansham and their families. Sakanda and his family. The Maliks and their family. Sheikh Amran and his family. Sheikh Isham and his family. Sheikh Muhammad Adil and his family. Sheikh Dawood and his family. Sheikh Amin and his family. Dr. Talib Wasi and his family.
When you peel more, it'll come off.
Sheikh and his family. Mohammed Fraser Rahim and his family. Haris and his family. Ismail and his family. Denisa and her family.
Next time I get another one.
Hannah and her
Sometimes
family.
you can sweet. This one not sweet enough. But they're juicy.
Whitney and her family.
Are they?
Iya, Hassan, Ridwan, Benny, Danny, and all their families. Governor with one and his family. Ibu Ida and her family.
It will come off.
Adnan Sahil and his family. Ya Allah, bless his father's soul. Bless his parents' souls, Ya Allah. Raise their stations in your divine presence.
It will come off. You have to peel it like that.
Dr. Tariq Qadri and his family.
It's fine, tiny bit of skin.
Gusto and his family. Ya Allah, bless his soul. Raise his station in your divine presence.
Come off there.
Bless his soul for all eternity.
How that one. Mommy have this one.
Gus Yahya and his family.
Finish.
Holland and his family.
This one.
Ya Allah, bless all of my friends. Bless Ismail and his family. Grant him good health, Ya Allah. Bless Samina and grant her resolution, clarity of thought, and grant her whatever is best, as you know best, Allah. Put the inspiration into our heart and support her
It's yours.
in the challenges that she faces at the
You
moment.
eat it all.
Open one. That's it.
You.
Ya Allah, bless all of my friends. And however people are connected to me, whether through the Naqshbandi tariqat, the Association of British Muslims, the Muslim chaplaincy at the University of Birmingham, Nadutul Ulama, or any of the other interfaith and intrafaith networks they're connected to. Bless Rabbi Leo and his family. Bless Ilan and his family. Bless Rav Lightman and his family. Ya Allah, bless everybody and forgive us for our shortcomings. Inspire our hearts towards what is good. Inspire our hearts towards creating a better future for our human family. And grant us a way forward after this terrible, challenging year. Because it's been a test for all of us. And thank you for your tests. For it's through your tests that we learn and we grow. And forgive us for our weaknesses. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. صل ربي وسلم على جميع أنبيائه ومرسلين وآل كل أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. إلى حضرات النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم وإلى أنبياء وإلى أولياء خاصة روحي شان نقشبند وإلى الشيخ عبد الله فايز الدقستاني وإلى زند بيا وإلى الصوفي عبد الله وإلى مولانا الشيخ نازم الدين اللقاني وإلى مولانا الشيخ الشنقباني وإلى قيايا دانك بدر الدين وإلى الشيخ بادشاه وإلى الشيخ حبيب الله وإلى الشيخ داود وإلى الشيخ محمد وإلى الشيخ نور وإلى سائر الدين والصديقيون. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. Look out for my Friday reflections tomorrow, and back at our usual time at 6:30 today. Although I'm wondering whether to move this to a slightly earlier time, because that 5:30 time last week seemed to work quite well. So I welcome your suggestions. If anybody wants to send me your suggestions, whether you think 5:30 or 6:30 is the best time to start this Dhikr, that's UK time. Yeah, you can inbox me or message on the bottom of this video and let me know. If you find these videos useful, please don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my Instagram, Facebook and YouTube channels, so that you can stay updated and receive the latest videos. I wish you all the very best. For all of my brothers and sisters and friends in the United Kingdom, I wish you all a good evening. And for everybody else around the world, I wish you all the very best and blessings. Have a nice day or evening, whichever time of the day it is. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.